Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to It Came from Webtoon, the Webtoon series, the YouTube series that tells you what's good on Webtoon, what we're reading, what we think you should read, because there's thousands of titles on there, and it's difficult to find. So we sift through them, throw out the ones we don't like, and present you with the ones we do kind of like. Joining me is the host with the most, Varion, the CEO, COO, whole bunch of little letters and stuff for Indie Vault Entertainment, which we are broadcasting live via Indie Vault Radio, and we welcome all of you tonight. How you doing, V?
I'm doing well. I'm here. I don't understand what's going on with me. I've been getting I think I'm getting old. That's all. I'm getting tons of sleep. I feel like, but man, at 9 o'clock, I'm like, yeah. I think I might start taking midday naps. That's what's happening.
You know, it's not bad. It actually isn't bad. I'm 40. I'll be 43 soon, so I've been napping for at least 2 years, and it helps out. It definitely does.
I'm just gonna get my blanket and my pillow and walk past it. I'm going out for my nap.
Yeah, I'm starting to shop for really weird old sweaters to wear around the house. You know, like the old cardigan style sweaters. Lots of black socks, and oddly wearing those with flats and stuff. And
yeah.
You gotta embrace the suck of aging.
Yeah. You can't I got some. I went and bought a bunch of those hospital socks with the little threads at the bottom.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Yeah. I just put those on now.
Worth going to the ER to see a new pair of those.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be like, you fancy folks and wear Nikes and everything. No Nike socks for me, just regular old socks. Shot a NyQuil before bed.
Yeah.
Puts you right on down.
All right, I'm gonna hit the intro.
All right.
All right, time to officially get this thing going. My name is Erik Hodson, aka Dreaded Dinosaur. I'm the creator of Dreaded Dinosaur Man on Webtoons, and I promise I've got another episode coming up. I just got the pencils done for it, so I'll be starting the inking process tomorrow. Looking forward to continuing that story. Joined by Varion, and President CEO of Indie Vault Media, and we have a really interesting little comic today that we have for you.
Yeah, this one, I know when you sent it to me, I was like, we're looking at this. This seems a bit out of our wheelhouse. But when I read it, I'm like, this actually works. This is actually one that I think that I'm surprised that you didn't get to sooner. I'm going to make that big for you. I think.
Make it big. I keep dragging it around, but I don't know where to put it. There we go. Okay, so I stumbled upon this one looking through sci-fi. I believe it was sci-fi, but now it's listed under fantasy and romance, which is one of the things that you can do when you have a webtoon is every week or so, depending on the theme of your episode, you can go in and change those subheadings. So whenever I have a romance interest with Dinosaur Man, maybe I'll change it to romance and post there so you show up in that genre's aggregated list of what's new. It's a good way of getting extra views and keeping your posts themed with the genre that people are going to. So interesting little thing, but I'm pretty sure I found this one originally through sci-fi, called Open Your Eyes Under Reality. We've got 5 episodes here, and it's an interesting little book. I'm going to read the official description. Dr. Evan Flynn is on the cusp of financial success and technological revolution with his new anti-illusion glasses about to hit the market, and a client meeting set up with the realist regime's very own police projectionist department. But none of this brings him joy. In fact, he's feeling emptier than usual, that is, until he meets Nadia, an idealist who is rebelling against the realist regime by creating projections to infuse color and life into their grim reality. That's a mouthful.
It is. But again, like when you told me check it out, I was like, okay, and it took me about 3 panels for me to say, okay, I can read this. It really is it took me by surprise because I was prepared not to like. I won't say not to like it, but I was prepared not to think it was gonna be something that I really wanted to cover. But after again, like I think there's a panel where you get down to the one character when she's shocked that he wants to sit with them.
Mm-hmm.
That right there won me over.
Yeah, step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. That panel right there was the one that's the one that won me over.
You need to clip that girl on the right and use her in some Indie Vault little things, like when we're surprised by something. Huh?
Yeah.
That's a priceless anime inspired expression there.
Yeah, it is, and I love it. I actually think I may have saved it because I thought it was just such a meme worthy face,
It totally is. I'm surprised I haven't seen it pop up as a meme already. As you can see, the art in this is pretty good. It's a pretty decently drawn story. That's one of the things that originally drew me to it. It's I'm flipping through sci-fi. There's about 1,100 Among Us fan comics that I'm having to skip over. And suddenly this one popped out because the thumbnail looked like it was drawn pretty well. And so that's how I jump in. And that's really important, by the way, when you're putting up webtoons, is you want to make sure that your catcher thumbnail is a really good, powerful image at that small. Kind of like the old way we used to do Facebook ads.
Yeah.
You'd want to make sure your ad was like brightly colored, easy readability. So that's why I focus on faces of my characters, like shock expressions, or I have one where it's just Dinosaur Man's eyeball all looking crazy. Because it's something at a thumbnail size you can actually really read easily. Mm-hmm. So this one caught me. And as you see, it's a dull gray world. And if we remember back to the description I read, the woman that the doctor meets is injecting color and life into their dull gray world. So that's why I didn't notice I thought the muted tones were normal at first. But then we get to later on in the chapter where he meets her, and you start to see the sci-fi element that's in this in the story. So here we have the doctor. He's a ginger. And the glasses he's wearing, they actually suppress this reality that they live in, where people are able to project illusions, like almost like augmented reality is real life in this world. So we have this young lady here who's doing all this stuff, and it reminds him of his mother, I think. That's what's going on here.
I thought too when I was looking at the artwork, there's 2 female characters there. They're obviously characters of color, and there was no big deal made about it, which I thought was pretty cool.
Refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah. There was no big deal made about it. It was just they were sitting there having a conversation, and that was it.
I love the energy in these panels where they're using these brush strokes to communicate the motion going down.
Yeah,
really, really nicely well done. There's another. I gave her the butthole mouth.
I again, the expressions the anime expressions, you can tell. There's so little. You have to be so careful with those. You can't go crazy with them. You have to do them at the right time in the right place. Yeah, no, totally. Because it's one of those things as I'm drawing, because I'm very heavily anime influenced, but I can't bring myself to do those crazy expressions. And you see them in anime, and it's just like, it's kind of like with abstract art. I can't bring myself to do that. It's hard for me. I wanted everything to be precise, anatomically correct, controlled. And you lose energy if you focus on doing it that way too much. So I applaud anyone who takes those brave leaps and does that. I have a friend who draws Western style art, but when necessary, he does anime faces. Those manga reaction faces, on like Western style characters, and it is so funny looking. It's like, yeah, you know what? This is your book. Do what you want.
Okay, so in this society, we basically kind of have this fascistic, seems like a fascistic style government. The lady who's the receptionist at his office is warning him about the idealists roaming the neighborhood. So you got the idealists, and then what was the other people called? The realists.
Yeah.
Stop the realist regime. Got some. So a nice, read the mind. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a nice little fine touches here that kind of give you an idea what's going on in this world. Yeah. So he gets run into, and his glasses are knocked off. Difficult perspective here to pull off. Pretty good illustration there going on.
And I love the design of the design of those glasses, and like how they're colored there. Really nice work.
So now he's seeing the world without his glasses off, and there's all of this color and another anime expression.
Yeah, that expression should be accompanied by Nane.
Nane?
Yeah.
Puts the glasses on, the color goes away. Now I assume he's just captivated by her beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Nice like animation style here, because these are solid drawings, but kind of like what we had with Shotgun Samurai, drawn in such a way that communicates motion is happening. This would look really good animated.
Yeah.
This is another anime trope too. Like I see this a lot, especially in Haikyuu, that my wife watches incessantly. When the guys are standing in front of the volleyball nets, they'll fade out the volleyball net so you're not breaking up the face. Took me a while to get used to that. So that's what's going on here with the eyeball.
I used to draw a style in the manga. I used to draw a manga style, and I used to had a comic that was like that. And I would always, whenever I had to do a scene like that, I would have the character move their glasses beforehand, because I never thought about just erasing the damn band of the glasses.
Yeah.
Now seeing that, it's like, you know what? And I put a lot of manga style elements in my art now. There's still a lot of stuff that I do that's, manga influence. So I might be stealing that.
I love the shadow work in this drawing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of people wouldn't have thought to put that that arm of those, those glasses on his face. A lot of people wouldn't have thought about doing that. That's real cool.
Yeah. I just want to take a moment and appreciate this panel. It's really good shadow work.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's seeing the stuff that she's creating for the children to enjoy. So this is the idealists. They can create these projections, these augmented reality experiences or something. And the glasses turn it off. And these are glasses that he actually invented. So this doctor's actually invented these things. So this whole sequence does a really good job of communicating what's going on in this world. So, because for me, I was like, this is drawn well, but I'm not getting like what's to get at this. And when you come across these panels, like, oh, so this is what's going on, and you get that sci-fi elements. Like, okay, so now I want to keep reading this and figure out what's really. I want the ins and outs of this world of how people are able to do this and why there's a police force dedicated to. Shutting that down, as we see here, the cop coming in.
And I think too, we should take you gotta take a minute to look at the designs that she's making. The dolphin, that's a lot of extreme work that was done to make that stuff, to draw that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's not as easy as you think. It has to be very imaginative.
And we got those nice long streaks bringing us to the end of the first chapter. So this is Art and Story by Kumi and Elise Warren. There's their at Kumi and at Elise Warren Art. And then also on Twitter and Twitch. I looked up Kumi on Twitter. Not a lot of posts. I didn't see anything about this one because I want to know. This is an under reality short, so there seems like there's more to this story, like another branded thing called Under Reality. But just I started Googling for it and I couldn't find anything right away. So I'm wondering if this is something that they've got future planned. And this is like a teaser for it because this comic just started. It's on its 5th chapter. So if we skip around a little bit here. Neat, and the logo is pretty cool too. It's just a nice little design there.
Yeah. It's not too much. It's not, but it's theirs, and it's something that can stand out as a part of this comic. It's not overly rendered, like my stuff usually is.
So now he's talking to his shrink about what happened. Get a little bit of recap. She was apparently able to create the illusion of a fog to keep the cop. I'm like, oh, where'd she go? Can't find her. I like the design of the female character a lot.
Yeah.
So she's using the fog here to evade the police officer. And we get a view of what he's actually seeing. So she's standing right there, and he's like, "Where'd she go?"
And there's another anime face there too.
Yep, I got the spirally Google eyes. And then, of course, he's got the internal conflict, which this is another thing that kind of hooked me about this, because in a lot of different types of like newer age style writing, the primary character is usually got all the answers, and hopefully this female character isn't that type of a character, but this main character, the doctor, he's got a lot of internal conflict. First of all, he invented these glasses that help suppress the illusions that people can make. And now he's meeting this girl that does these illusions, and it's causing him to question his reality, I guess, whether or not what he's doing is right or not. Because he chases after her. We're not loading. There we go. So here's the poster that was alluded to by the two women in his office. He's on the poster, anti-illusion. So it's just a promotional ad for the glasses that he invented here. And he's hoping to make some money off selling the glasses. So a little bit of back and forth between the two of them. This was a funny moment too. She thinks he's just a model for the propaganda.
Yeah. And little does she know he's the guy who created it.
This is an interesting drawing here too. The way you can tell he's got the nervous energy of confronting her because he's relaxing the tie.
Yeah.
He got his hand on his head, so he's in a defensive posture. A lot of really good body language. So the person who's drawing this really knows how to communicate body languages. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of other newer comics are over excessively wordy, is because the people writing it don't know how to communicate things other than with just words.
Yeah.
And this communicates so much of what's going on inside this man's head that we don't need words for. We have a question mark of him like stuttering.
Yeah.
I think nervously fidgeting.
I think it also helps that we're both like acquainted with manga, because we can pick up on a lot of that stuff. Because we talk about how American comic artists, and don't really, some of them who don't read manga, there's this idea that you can't take manga elements over to Western style art, which I think is untrue. I think that we're missing out, because we could definitely do that.
Oh, absolutely. And early on, people like Joe Mandira was he made his mark bringing the manga influence into mainstream comics.
Yeah. I think that when it's done well, it elevates the art form, and then you see everyone start doing it. I know that I've seen that a lot with even the changed backgrounds, like that polka dot background back there would not make any sense anywhere else except for manga.
Right, exactly.
Love the thumbnail on that one.
But you're gorgeous. You should get paid.
That's what they tell me all the time, but I hear that so often.
It's a good setup too, because she's posting. The creators are posting that the previous few panels of the previous comic before going to the intro.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like that. That's one of the things I don't do. I just assume you're reading them in sequence,
right?
So you don't need a reminder.
Yeah,
but that's common in episodes of anime and other TV shows. They'll do like a recap.
Yeah, what you need is a previously on Dinosaur, man.
Yeah. Then I can take up more space just repeating the art that I already created for the last.
Yeah.
So now he kind of explains what's going on. She's curious. She puts on the glasses. And it shuts off. You can see here the nice, beautiful, illusionary world she lives in, and it turns it right off.
Mm-hmm.
And then really, really pretty panel here too.
Yeah.
He's really proud of himself for solving the simple physics problem.
Yeah.
And then this is her. It's erasing my expression.
Yeah. And that's the panel I love right there. I love that.
My projections, me. Yeah. No, a really powerful piece.
Yeah.
So it sets up this really interesting conflict where he's doing it for money. He's doing it because it works. He was proud of himself for solving the equation. And this person here, she's feeling like it's erasing who she is.
Mm-hmm. You done messed up now. you done pissed off a black woman, boy. You done it. You done done it.
So it's bringing up some social questions, because that's a lot of conflict that we have nowadays with the two sides of the same coin here, left and right. One side they focus on the feeling aspect, and the other side focuses more on the the thought aspect of the thinking problems through type thing. And like for me, for example, I don't get a lot of things emotionally. I know that's something that I struggle with. So I try to always step back when I'm dealing with someone who's thinking of something from an emotional side and understand their perspective first before I even try to inject anything of my own. I mean, that's just trying to be empathetic, because you have no idea. You've got these two characters here who I assume are being set up for something romantic, and we get a little bit of that here before the tail end. But they come from two different viewpoints, idealist and realist.
Yeah.
So that's going to create conflict, and it's also going to maybe create some mutual understanding.
It's a unique concept that I'm surprised more people don't. But okay, scroll back up to that panel, by the way. The panel. I just think, that's a panel I think we should take some time to appreciate. There's so much going on in that panel right there. There's so much skilled artistry going on in that panel that people pass it by because, but like in seconds, but there's a lot going on in that panel. That's gorgeous work. And kudos to the artist. That's
yeah, no, I totally agree. This one really draws you and really captivates you.
And it's the whole thing. You mentioned points of view. You can't get any more point of view than looking through a pair of glasses. You're seeing through someone else's eyes.
Yeah,
seeing the world, and I think it's a really cool concept that they've got here. And I want to see where they take it.
So he's already being conflicted. I don't know. I just wanted to talk to you. And a lot of our conflicts, they remain conflicts because we just don't know how to talk to each other anymore.
Yeah.
So this is like a Saturday afternoon special coming on here.
Yeah, she's and again, I mean, it's wrote like It's like a lot of the mangas, a lot of the anime I used to watch. It's paced. If you're a fan of romance, check out Bad Prince Charming. It's it's weird because I the pacing to me. I know people will get mad about the pacing, but I think the pacing's great.
So these are all ads for other. Oh, we got some
say romance.
Steamy.
Yeah.
Some steamy sketches.
Yeah.
Updates on Fridays. So here's our newest update. So the cop's coming from around the corner. And oh no, here it comes.
That's a persistent cop.
There we go. There's the payoff.
Yeah.
So she's doing this to avoid the cop. He's going to be so screwed up from this encounter.
Yeah.
Like he was conflicted before. He's going to be conflicted times 10 now.
Yeah. Yeah. Not just playing mind games. Playing games with his heart.
Yeah. I'm starting to not like her now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Whistle here. I mean, come on. What kind of cop is this?
Well, you see his first thing was tweet. That was what it said. He's a Twitter cop.
That's the first thing I thought of too. How far have we come in society where a whistle now just means some stupid social media platform? We don't remember there's actual whistles involved.
Yeah. It was dog whistling for his followers. Yeah, that's what he was doing.
So she giving him the old side eye there.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a little handsy.
Yeah. The next issue she'll smack him.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the shove off, It's like
all right, thanks. Cops are gone.
Okay, so this again is called Open Your Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Updates every Friday on Webtoon and Webtoon Canvas. So yeah, this is I subscribe to it to see where the story goes.
What I do? It's very weird. It's one of my practices. I don't know why, but I check Webtoon every night before I go to bed to see what's updated. I read them because they're small, bite-sized stories.
Yeah, no, it's a good. It's a bathroom reader. It's a right before bed reader. You're on the subway. It's just too convenient in times where you just have a small amount of time. And you like comics.
Yeah.
That's why I love this platform. We're already used. Why waste your time on Facebook scrolling when you can actually read something entertaining and scroll?
Yeah, and give someone some feedback, on what they're doing.
This is entertainment. Social media is just aggravation and anxiety.
Aggravation, anxiety, and paranoia. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely check this one out, especially if you're into. May I take your contact card? Thump.
Yeah, boy's heart is just beating out his chest.
Open Your Eyes. They have 146 subscribers, 1.3 thousand views so far. Solid 996 rating. So this is definitely hitting on the Webtoon crowd there. So give it some love, and maybe we can get it elevated up. And boost some numbers. Speaking of numbers, what are we doing on radio tonight?
We are at 4608. 46008.
Right.
I'm sorry, 46008.
Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in with us. We appreciate everybody across the world who listens live on Indie Vault Radio. We got a really big show tomorrow for Livewire, right? I got Mark Polton is going to be a guest here. He's a big heavyweight writer in the Comicsgate community. He's got Sea Dog and Kill Switch book 2. I think he's wrapping up. Another book called The Mercenary, which actually stars a professional wrestler named Flip Gordon. So, yeah, pretty cool there. And then we have the creator of The Raptor and probably some other cool guests or other people popping in, the usual scoundrels, I imagine.
Yeah, and I think there's some other people too. I think Lola may have booked some people, so we'll check that out too. I believe I don't want to say because I don't know if who was all coming tomorrow, but yeah, there's some guests. We'll confirm who they are and post it when we post the link for tomorrow's Livewire show. Which should it's always a good time on Livewire.
Yep, absolutely. And then I'll be back again. We'll be back again next Monday with another Webtoon to flip through and read and check it out, and be giving you our feedback on it. And maybe it's something you'll want to check out and add to your subscription list.
Yeah, and if you are a Webtoon creator, also check out IndieVoteAwards.com. There is award category for best Webtoon, best digital comic on the Webtoon platform. Check that out. Make sure you enter your story today. There is a submission fee, but it's like $6 if you're just applying for it. So it's
$5. It goes to Autism Speaks. The admission fee goes all to Autism Speaks.
Yeah, the admission fee is go straight to charity, Autism Speaks, but and it's like $6 for just entering your title in one category. So it's very affordable, and you get laurels and everything too. So it's not like you're not getting anything for your submission fee. You're getting everyone knows that you submitted and that you helped this charity out immensely. Which is I think at some point everyone in their lives at this point has been touched by some form of autism.
Sure, absolutely.
So definitely it's a worthwhile charity.
All right. Well, we will see you all here back tomorrow for Indie Vault Livewire. Then we got Geekgasm. Then we got
Breakfast Buzz.
Sunday Funnies.
Yeah, Breakfast Buzz between that on Thursday morning. Yep. Yeah. Lots of shows. Lots of me sitting here talking to people about comic books.
And people love it. I just saw this. The YouTube numbers are over 600 subscribers so far. So keep doing that. We need 400 more to get profitability going. And awesome. Hopefully everybody's tuning in for Webtoon tonight is enjoying this platform as well. I wanted to create this show because it was hard finding what was good to read. There's so much there. And a lot of people, good comics like this one, should have more views than this, should have more subscribers than this. It's just not getting noticed. My own comic, too, needs more views and eyeballs. So please, in the link down there below, check out Dread Dinosaur Man, sub to it. I will be posting a new piece here soon. I'm in the pencil stage for the next one. And they should be coming a lot more regularly now because the holidays are over. I had a couple of big projects that are over with now. And I'll be focusing heavily on Dreaded Dinosaur Man.
Yeah, and I promise I'll get to Mr. Rusty's at some point. At
some
point, I promise. Yeah. Which is on Webtoon, so yeah. At some point, I'll get to it.
Awesome. All right, till next time, guys. We will see you tomorrow, Indie Vault Livewire.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.